Hi, everyone. Hang on to the end of this because if you've ever felt like or been made to feel like you're unworthy, you're undesirable, people don't want to be with you, or that you're unattractive, then this video is going to help shift your mindset so that you can attract that specific person. We have to start by reminding ourselves that you are energy. We live in an energetic world. Everything we do produces an energy, whether it's our thinking, emotions, or our feelings, it's all energy. If you're focusing on that SP, trying to attract or manifest that specific person, then what you inevitably end up doing is creating a negative energy for yourself. You emit a negative energy because your mindset is the chaser. You're the pursuer. As you know, we all have an energy field because we are energetic, or a quantum field or aura. They're different words, the same meaning. But everything is already in front of you. All your desires, everything that you want, you have to assume that it is already there. And when you assume that it's there, it will appear, it will materialize because everything is right in front of your face. Everything that you want, that person, that object, that state of presence, that state of being is already there waiting for you. You just have to know that your desires want you. The universe has created you. You are here now experiencing this world. There is an abundance out there for everybody, including you. Abundance wouldn't have been created. Your desires wouldn't have been created. The universe wouldn't have created this if it didn't want you to have them. Your desires want you. They want to be reunited and united as one single entity. We need to adjust our mindsets because we live in a world of duality, a mirror effect. If we're putting out negative energies, a negative hue, because you are the chaser, then that is how the world will perceive you. Other people will perceive you as that person. That is the duality. That is the mirror effect. Our inward reflection reflects outwards, and that is how you will be perceived and viewed. If you found yourself in a position where you are doing the chasing, you're thinking about it a lot, and maybe even obsessing over it, that is what you will be reflecting outward. And that is in a negative energetic form, a negative mindset, a low vibrational wavelength that we can all find ourselves in. But it's important to know you can raise your vibration, you can change your mindset, you can shift your mindset so that we can emit different energy. That is the energy of knowing that everything you want is waiting for you and wants to be with you. When we find ourselves in the position of being the chaser, we emit that state of being unworthy. You are unworthy. You are undesirable. But actually, you have to remember that you are already complete. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are spectacular. Once we can adjust our mindset to accept and readjust our self-perception of ourselves, because that's all it is. If you've found yourself in a position where you feel, or you're being made to feel like you are undesirable and that specific person isn't materializing for you, then we need to reassess ourselves and look inwards. And that is just an adjustment of our self-perception. When we perceive ourselves as being desirable, wanted, and loved, the universe will deliver that to you. It can be difficult to grasp and a big pill to swallow for a lot of people, but our mindset is the most important thing, and our mindset is directly linked to our energetic state and our energetic frame of mind and being. The way to shift your mindset is to focus on yourself, think about yourself. Now that might sound contradictory, but we're not talking from a self-obsessed point of view where you're so grossly thinking inward that you no longer care about other people. You become unkind or unloving. We're talking about this from an energetic perspective. If you focus on yourself, if you readjust how you view yourself, then that will create a ripple effect with the people around you in the energetic field that we live in. The result of that will be that the people that you're chasing, that you might have spent your entire life doing, once you start focusing on yourself and reminding yourself that you are amazing, you are beautiful, you are desirable, everything you want, you can achieve, then the energy will shift. People will start focusing on you. People will start noticing you. People will be thinking, wow, I never noticed that person before. I didn't realize how great they were. I didn't realize how beautiful or amazing they were, how smart and clever they were. That's because you've adjusted your mindset, you've shifted your mindset to think about yourself, and that has created an energetic ripple so that people start noticing you. If you were in a swimming pool and there's a load of people in there and you run and do a cannonball, naturally people are going to notice you. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about creating a ripple so that people notice you. And when that happens, people not only will notice you, they'll start seeing the positive characteristics, your positive traits, and they'll start loving you, liking you, and wanting to be with you for who you are. It's just a simple mindset shift. Instead of focusing on that other person, let's focus on yourself. You have to remind yourself that you are complete now. You are perfect. We don't need to change who we are. We just sometimes need to change how we think about ourselves. And once we can do that, the world really is our oyster. And we can then start attracting in whatever it is that we're trying to attract. And in this case, it's that specific person. It's really important to state that we need not worry about losing our desires, because we live in a world of scarcity where we're made to believe that there isn't enough for everybody. A really good example of this is money. People are always worried about money, whether you have too much of it or not enough. It can turn a person's heart black, ruin families, and destroy relationships. People are concerned and scared about losing it. This is the same with all of our desires, relationships, love, affection, popularity. We don't need to concern ourselves with the threat of losing what it is that we desire, because that's a low vibrational way of thinking that promotes the scarcity mindset, which is a low vibe wavelength, a way of thought. We need to avoid this scarcity mindset, and that will raise your vibration and adjust your energy field, which will be putting out more positives. Imagine yourself with a rainbow around you. Certain colors are positive and certain colors are negative. We want to be emanating and emitting those positive colors, which the world around us will see. That will mean that you're attracting in that specific person, and they will be noticing that because of the positivity and because of the energy shift. We're talking about the unseen world here. I use the metaphor of a rainbow, but this is an unseen world. You're all going to have examples of how the unseen world has worked for you. That's why you're watching this video now. You are worthy of whatever it is that you're trying to desire. And if we think back to the self-obsession and the self-acceptance and the self-reflection we spoke about a moment ago, we all know people, whether it was in school, the workplace, who everything seems to just fall on their lap. It's like they're walking on water all of the time. And often these people aren't the nicest or kindest people because they've become used, their reality, they've gotten used to their existence here of being the person who is being chased. It's usually due to how people look, because we live in a materialistic world where we judge other people by what they look like. We're made to feel that certain people are attractive based exclusively on the way people look or the way people dress. So we all know these people. And believe it or not, they're actually holding in a negative vibe and a negative energy. If you could see their aura, it's mostly going to be negative because they're used to just walking through life where everything's just falling for them. They're the people being chased when you're out in a bar or a club. Everybody wants to try and talk to them. And people get used to this. They get used to knowing that there's an infinite amount of people out there who are trying to chase them. And you might have found yourself in a position where you are one of those people chasing them. But with the mind shifts and the energetic shifts we're talking about here, you can go from being the chaser to the chased, the person who is desirable. It's all related to our energetic state of being, because the energetic state you are in, that you are emitting, is your present and current self. And that's the person that you are, and the way that other people will then start to perceive you. And that's why affirmations are really important. The best time to do them is probably before bed, but you can do them whenever, whether you're on the bus or the subway, or even if you're driving. You have to remind yourself that you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are loved, you are popular. People want to be with you. You reverse that to talk about me. I am attractive. I am desirable. People want to be with me. People enjoy my company. Once we start affirming who we are, we will attract what we want due to our state of being and our state of mind. And that links back to us focusing ourselves, but we're focusing and obsessing on ourselves in a positive way, from a positive perspective, not a selfish, inward fashion. You have to remember that we attract on our current embodied state. If you've always been chasing new lust and desire over other people, then that is what you emanate. That's what you put out. But if we shift our mindset to you are the attractive person, you are desirable, you are magnetic, then you can become that magnet just with that mind shift. You will attract in that person. And it doesn't matter whether you're looking for a relationship, fun, or just someone to hang out with. Focus on you. Be obsessed with you, because you are what is important in this relationship, in any relationship, in this world, in this dimension that we found ourselves in. You are what is most important. And you really have to remember that, because when we lose sight and lose track of who we are and start focusing on what other people are or what other people want, that comes back down to our self-acceptance and our self-perception. A really great example that everyone here is going to recognize is when you are in a relationship, the moment you get in that relationship, all of a sudden you become desirable. People are interested in you now. Society puts that from a Darwin point of view, where we've evolved to see people who are in relationships as desirable because they can provide and support family. And if somebody finds that person attractive and they're likable to the point where you could be in a relationship with them, then other people will start finding that characteristic attractive. But that's not what's going on. What's going on is when you're in a relationship, everything that we've just talked about thinking about yourself and being positive and your energetic state shifting, that happens when you are with that special person, when you're with that specific person, when you're in a relationship, your mindset shifts, your aura shifts. And because you're putting out an energetic ripple from your quantum field out into reality, other people then start noticing you. So you become desirable, you become attractive, you become wanted all of a sudden. And that's a real crazy phenomena that I've experienced personally a couple of times. For the longest time, I found it almost unexplainable, but now I've got this channel and I'm talking about a specific subject, actually becomes crystal clear. And now I've said this, hopefully that will help you reevaluate times when you might have been at your life where things have been difficult for you to attract, but then all of a sudden things are really easy for you to attract. But what you need to do is get yourself into a state of embodiment, a state of being where you're continuously magnetic, where you can continuously attract. If you assume that things will come, and things will come, if we think about the law of attraction and the law of assumption, if we assume that person is out there, we assume that person wants us, and they do, and it is, because the universe wouldn't have created your desire if it didn't want you linked up and in unison with that desire. Once you've mastered all of these steps, the affirmations, the positive mindset shift, the self-obsession from a positive perspective, which shifts your energetic state, then that will become a superpower. It will be like you can control other people around you, not from a sinister perspective, but just from that ripple point of view, from an energetic point of view, because we can manipulate your quantum field around yourself. Once you can learn, accept and master that, you can achieve whatever you want. And that special person, that specific person, that special somebody will fall right into your life. And I can promise you that. So I hope you've enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. And as always, I will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.